Hi, this is Mia. It's Thursday. Oh, I have some classes and stuff. Oh, my phone has been on the NA 24-hour meeting. And I don't know if this is the right word, I felt somber yesterday. I felt like I couldn't really talk after my partner got home from work. I keep looking at that drawer. I cleaned one drawer with a white, and the top two are supposed to be shiny, but the rest of this dresser is dull for whatever reason. I don't know. It needs to be shellacked or something. Um, let's see here. Let's tell this lady I will take a phone call. Um, let me. Someone has an overnight shift. Where did that? I need to save it. Okay, I need to save this number. Add, create contact. I don't remember what home it was. Realtor. I'm sure that's not. And then try to put Maryland on it. I'll say auction. So I just felt like I don't know what to do. And yesterday, as my brain starts to wake up, I'm knowing that my partner would come home, and then I move from this comfortable chair over there to the uncomfortable chair, or I sit in the bed, and it's like painful sitting in that wooden chair, and the bed is really uncomfortable to just sit, just plop on, like it's like it'd be better to sit on the floor for a little while. It's like on a pad, not on a hard floor. Um, so I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, I have all this stuff to do. And then it's like the news is on. Right here, you have the TV, and then you have you have everything over here. And the bed is right in front of the TV, and the bed's up high, so the speakers go right to your ears. So this chair is kitty corner and lower, and it's like he'll turn the TV up, and it's all you hear is just blasting, 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 and these squeaky voices, and it's either squeaky women's voices or men being like, "This is the truth. You must follow me." And you're just like, you say the same crap that somebody scripted for you. Like, it's stupid. And then the commercials are even several degrees, several octaves, several volumes higher than the freaking. And it's like, I'm sitting there. I keep thinking, what do dogs and cats do when they're in the room with us curled up on a couch and the TV is blasting? I swear, can they plug their ears? What do animals do when freaking airplanes go right over their house? Like, when I was a kid, some of those airplanes, like the fighter jets, if I didn't plug my ears or somebody was breaking the sound barrier, what's that other noise? Or maybe it's the jets. It's like an airplane is so loud that if you have your hands full, like if you're carrying a kid, you have to cover their ears, but you're trying to like cover your ears, like you can't just go like that. And it's like that pain of loud noise. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you feel like it's gonna kill you and split you right in half. Like your whole head is gonna explode with the rest of the body along. Like, I hate that noise. Um, I hate that type of noise. But it's like I sit there and I'm like, well, I have to do this, and then this lady's waiting for me to do a spreadsheet, and then I have to do this, and I have to do this, and then it's like nothing gets done because he's like, oh, did you see that? Oh, like, and then I'll do something or text somebody, or like, oh shoot, I forgot to upload this paperwork. Like, I was supposed to send it last week or over the week. Like, I totally spaced out about this unemployment thing, and I'm scared, and I'm just like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Um, because he's pausing the news so that I can watch something that I look at headlines, like watch something on news that I already heard about. Um, And some of this, like the talking about abuse and child abuse, like I heard about it. It's not that I'm discounting it. It's partly, it's like I get cocky. It's like, well, I'm a doctor and nobody's hiring me to help them with stress relief. Nobody's hiring me to ask them for help in getting respite from their kids. You know, nobody's hiring me, you know, um, to help their kid find a tutor for education, so that would also give their parent a break, you know, get someone tutor your kid while they're doing at home. Um, what is this? Get real time mentoring on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 2 and. There's this. 2 to 4. That's in 45 minutes. I just registered for everything. Um. So yesterday I was talking on and off about recovery programs and about people being on replacement medications, prescribed replacement medications for opiates. I don't know if anybody's using the alcohol deterrents, um, but it's really. I think this person's gonna call me. And I have been using his computer, so I had all these tabs open so that I can go through each one. But, oh yeah, I have to finish that. Oh yeah, I was writing something. Oh yeah, I meant to finish this email, didn't get sent or something, and it's just sitting there. And then I switch over to this library computer, and then it's like smaller screen, and then it's different windows of stuff. And I was like, I should just close every screen off every time or not keep screens open. So I have some paper over here where I started writing down stuff. Share this event. Log in now. Real time. Register to attend. I just ordered a coat and a sweatshirt from Columbia. I feel like such a jerk. I'm really mad at myself. And I tried on this coat that's too small after I took a shower, put my tank top on, and it fit okay in the shoulders with a tank top on, and still when I went like this it was snug. And so that's where I am with that. Is do I try to make it work? A $77 coat. I'm not going to be able to get my Kohl's cash. The stores are supposed to be opening on Friday, so I potentially could go and return this coat in person. I could spend $18-20 on returning it through the mail. And I have another shirt here that's too small, so I need to return both of them. I'm really mad. Tower of Health. That I read somebody's comment on the news, and I can't read this. Yes, I'm in business. I read, someone's gonna call and then I'll hang up. I read someone's comment, and they said, yeah, when the stores open, I'm gonna be at home still ordering stuff from online, the clothing, and being able to try it on and deal with it, like not go to the store. And like they were talking about stores being 50% in Maryland of normal business. And if you were in Lowe's with me last week or the week before, it was ridiculous. Been in business for more than 5 years, which is embarrassing because I don't do too well, really. I wish I did. What is your business? Healthcare. I hear a car. Oh, this is plugged in. Oh, it's the, oh, there's a truck and the whole family's out there in the parking lot. Okay, it's none of my business, I guess. That's one good thing about not being an owner. You hear a bunch of noise, you can let it go. Do you have a score mentor? No. Would you like to receive further communications? Yes. from our sponsors. Ooh, more junk. I gotta get rid of the junk mail. So last night I put the whole eggplant in the dehydrator. And what is this? It just took me to some other Pierce minority-owned business. Health personal care. Let's see what health personal care. Space not supported on mobile device. Minority. I did this thing and it said that I'm. Oh, my phone's at 50%. Gosh, it said that no, you don't. We don't find a woman or minority-owned business on you, and it's in Oregon, and I'm not disadvantaged. I don't know if you're called a disadvantaged worker. Disadvantaged worker. So I have somebody's text. Someone's supposed to call me in a minute. I have some people that are really literal, and you're like, a minute is going to be like they're getting their phone out and dialing the number within 60 seconds, or I typically say a few minutes. I try to tell someone, if I say it's going to be an hour and a half, then I just, like, raise it to 3.5 hours. Like, but, I'm talking about recovery and all the stuff that comes with the trauma and the bitterness of, well, I don't like the way you do that. Well, I need to donate money. Well, now it's making it hard for me to donate. Oh, now I don't know if I send it to the right address. I don't want to take a chance and send $5 to the wrong person. This is like, just freaking get out. Like, I had to verify my bank account with Venmo in order. It says take 2 to 3 days, and so now it's like I tried to search for this company to do a $5 donation, which I don't really have the money, but another thing I signed up for. I don't really have the money, but I have $5, and I'm used to putting $1 in the basket. I wanted to buy some literature from some of the meetings, daily meditations, or buy one maybe. But I made the eggplant and it's killing my gums. It's a ton of salt. I gained weight. I was at 165.6, and that's good for me, but because of the teas, I feel like a lot of it is just temporary water weight gain that's done from the teas, not from diet and exercise. So that weight can quickly rebound and go. Like, I think I'm doing good. Say I don't want to eat, don't eat for a couple hours, listen to my stomach growl, and then pig out on, like, I don't even have Lara bars, but pig out on whatever's here. I don't want to do nuts. I don't want to buy nuts anymore. I tried everywhere to buy sunflower seeds. I cannot find them anywhere. I don't even know if my ringer's on. I turn it on. Oh, I missed the call. What the heck? Did you guys hear the phone ring? I had the phone in my hand. It's not on silent. What? I know I put the ringer on because yesterday I missed. Ringtone is halfway. I could turn it up. I did not hear the phone. It went straight to voicemail. It didn't even show a missed call. It's unplugged. It's truly on a recorded line, so you have to answer the phone and press the button so they don't give you their number. This is so stupid. Sometimes you just get bombarded by calls and texts. There's some really crappy houses. I don't know what to do because it's 1:22. I'm just gonna say my phone didn't ring. I saw that this. My phone did not ring, but I have, and went to voice mail. Went straight to. It's probably. 2:30. No, not 2:30. I don't even want to talk to this person at all. Okay. These are crappy houses. I'm not gonna have some. I'd rather have a. You'd be better off buying a blank piece of land. I don't know. There's a kit house. I have somebody. I told them that I didn't have experience doing You're telling me, except Montgomery and PJ counties. I don't care. Really. Patients who believe in conspiracy theories. God help me deal with this. It's probably because they have Jesus machine. I just feel rushed. I feel like I had like 10 texts while I was on these meetings, but I was on these meetings for like 10 minutes. I have to do the filter. I tore everything apart and didn't put it back together. So I have a huge list of all these websites, including Duolingo. Let me see if I can. You guys were on there with me. The phone did not ring. So there's some of the websites I was on. I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, this is the unemployment agency. I'm still looking for a job. I want to look for a job at the fishery and wildlife. I'm just gonna ask for a fishery and wildlife job because I'm tired of looking in healthcare. I'm like, for healthcare, I can do anything. I'm skilled to do anything. I'm trained and professionally skilled to do anything except for major organ surgery, administrating chemotherapy, like IV. But I know IV therapy, and I know that there's what the different meds and how to do everything sterile. Like I know IV pretty well. I would like to do IV therapy here. I'm scared. I want to get my notes. There's a lot of stuff I want. We don't have time. We don't have room for all the stuff I wanted to get in Oregon, anyways. And I've been making do with what I have. So the phone is not ringing. Prince George and what about Baltimore is not opening up all the way. I clicked on something. I clicked on Facebook and it put me on gabapentin and menopausal symptoms. Interesting. Somebody asked if there was a naturopath in Maryland or someone who would do a delayed vaccine schedule who was able to do that, and I put my name on there in the clinic, I think, and someone said family practice physicians are better, and I'm like, how do they know? How, like, the thing is, I don't know if I could administer vaccines, so I can't argue with it, and I feel like I have a grease spot on my leg. I'm so mad. Like, these pants have gone without stains for so long, and now it's like I see a grease spot, and I'm like, really? Because this, of course, is the day that I cannot find my pink towel that I keep in my lap. Like, really? Like, oops, there's the landlord. I have to hide. I can't stand seeing people out my window. I just had a freaking heart attack. I thought I saw my partner's car go by for a lunch break, but he said he's going to a different town. Oh, shoot, that county has high COVID compared to here. How am I going to get a car so I can work and go to my own clinic. And how am I going to get unemployment? Alright, so this is our goal. People, I asked them, I hate that when you have a salesperson and you ask them questions and they don't answer you, and it's like they want to pitch a sale at you, and you're like, don't waste your time. I need to know yes or no, or answer this question, and that's going to steer me whether I still want to work. But then again, it's like if you answered something I don't want to deal with, they're going to still try to push this on you, you know. I feel like I still have something stuck in my teeth. I was like picking my gum with my fingernails, which is bad, and floss, and trying. Like, I'm not going to be able to do. It tastes really good to eat the eggplant, but I'm not going to be able to do it anymore, you know. My tooth is like killing me, and I'm eating the whole thing. Eating eggplant was one thing, but between the eggplant, the sodium, and the oil, that's a lot of calories and salt, and it's going to just increase my weight gain. I'm really mad about the stain on my pants. I'm just like, this is why I put towels in my lap. We don't have a table to sit at. That tall table has 2 stools. We could sit there. I have to remodel this whole place. Like, there's dishes on a box on a cutting board with the dishes half off the thing. That plate has fallen like 3 times last week. Now it has a huge crack in the middle. That's the only big plate we have. And I usually eat out of bowls and stuff. I have no bowls, or I'll eat out of jars. So I've been eating out of that container, the plastic container. I don't have time for this. The thing is, I don't want to miss out on something because I swore my partner was looking this stuff up. Oh yeah, what's the goal here? Notary Association. That's today's goal. Okay? The phone rings, I answer it if they want to wait. Why is this so dark? It's just because I'm dark on here. I was doing this on this computer. My phone needs to be charged. So somebody's selling these seeds for more than they are. I don't know how. They're probably just shipping it in an envelope with no. I don't know how they could ship it without the tracking number, which is weirding me out. If they're charging 50 cents. See, 55 cents shipping, $1.59. 55 cents shipping is like just putting a stamp on it. So I don't understand how they're seller. It doesn't even say. What is this? Ending now. Handyman special. 23 hours. Needs full interior rehab. I'm going to show you this picture. If I can't, let me see. Oh, I just pushed escape. Okay. Can you see? Oh my god, you can't even see it. Can you see that? No. Can you see that? House? Townhouse? It's like impossible to see it on there. $750. This guy has no feedback. This is cheaper than Detroit. It looks like it's burnt out. A burnt up house. Handyman special. Oh, he has 3 of them. I didn't even see the other ones. He has these burnt up freaking townhouses in the ghetto. Oh shoot, shoot. Sorry. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. Oh, the other picture was easier. Oh, I'm trying to do screen share. It's not working. Alright, so I'm wondering how he got this. He's going to charge $500. 2 days left. 2 days left. One's on Sunday. One's... that must be... Is that midnight? Needs full interior rehab. She has 0 feedback. This one's also in Baltimore. He has no pictures. I had it where, okay, so it's basically brick townhouses. 3-bed, 1-bath, needs complete interior rehab. We do not have indoor pictures. Average rental is $800 to $1,200 a month. So you pay for that, and then they charge you $500. Quick claim deed. Okay, let's see. There's one more that I didn't see. So all these are $750. The one that I looked at first, God, I can't even tell the part, is I already got a bid on it. This one's also in Baltimore. It is, I don't know why I cannot see this picture big. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's big, but it's like darkened, like blurry. So I don't know which one he's selling, but one of these homes that's all boarded up looks like it has a basement too. It looks like he's just flipping it. It's obviously, he's from Arizona. I don't even know what to do. They're not calling me back. This is driving me crazy. Sometimes, like, I know I've done this thing. I've done this thing. I don't even remember what I was saying. What did I say I was going to do? Look for American, what was I going to do on here? As I keep looking around, getting distracted. That's what I do. I set up every device I can get my hands on. Phone, iPad, the TV comes on and off. And then I keep... Oh, that stain on my pants is really irritating me. How the heck did that happen? It's like, really, like, it's like you have a pair of pants for 5 years and there's no stain. You wear apron or towel. Like, the one time you don't, your food splashes or get... Actually, I should eat some noodles. Speaking of food splashing, that hurts my gums too. I'm gonna have to cut out the noodles and the eggplant and the nuts, unless they're in a shell or sunflower seeds. I got some pumpkin seeds. I don't even like eat. I haven't even found seeds in like a month. I haven't gone to the store closest to me though. I had to eat the raw ones. I don't eat. There's raw. You can get raw seeds in a shell. Okay, so National Notary Association. And I did this while we were looking at a truck, and I didn't get out of the car. So there's three. There's 3 types of. Gosh, I hate when I strongly dislike when I don't know my password. Oh my gosh, seriously. I just logged in a couple of days ago, and apparently I don't want to get locked out. I don't know if it's my internet that's... Oh, it let me in. Now that I did all this backspacing. The internet is really slow. So that's another reason I need to shut off some of these websites. Okay, so I went to renew, become a notary. COVID. Let's just say COVID. So mine expires December 16th, 23. So I so couldn't get a job that I went and did the notary training and paid all this money and all this stuff. And COVID. Oh, shoot, I can't remember what I looked at. So it's basically a stay-at-home order. Let's see. So it has where you can use 3 programs that they don't allow Zoom. What did I did it on my phone. I have no idea. My phone has at least 30 websites open, by the way, and oh my god. So that's what I should do. Charge everything. Okay, I don't know what I did. I'll say remote. Let's put remote. It's gonna come up different than on my phone, so it's really hard for me to. An e-notary seal must be completed. Must is a must for completing most notary. Here it is. Okay. So I wrote. Oh yeah, the rest of my page. Jack of diamonds, ace of clubs, 8 of diamonds. It took me like 2-3 hours. It took me forever. I'm not even joking to do one game of solitaire, one hand of solitaire, where I couldn't beat today's daily. I couldn't beat last Wednesday's I missed for the daily challenge. There's one game for that daily challenge. There's a different kind of daily challenge where you have 3 goals, or I guess that's the daily goals. There's one hand that you're supposed to be able to beat, and I hadn't been able to beat it. And they will, if you push hint 3 times, each time it says no moves detected, no moves detected, and it'll flash to try to get you to restart the game. If you push it another time, it'll say, it looks like you're struggling or something. Would you like us to show you? And you could say yes or no. And so I look at the how they won, and it's so embarrassing that I have to look to see how to beat it. And because, like, say you got 2 black queens and you have 2 red queens on 2 different numbers, like, the winning hand might be like this first queen goes on the second black king, but a queen inside the hand or the deck is the one that should go on this one, because you need that card underneath, so it's a different pattern. I did go through a bunch of times on my own to do. I hear all this noise under me. To do try to figure out and say, oh well, I did that one that time. Let's try it a different way next time. Or oh, I think I missed something, or maybe I should have skipped something and there's a black 3. Maybe there's a different card that should go there. You have 2 choices of every red or black, and then of course the aces. So this is the 3. I don't know how much this is. Remote webcam book. Digital certificate provides security for electronic documents. All this stuff. The state of remote online notarization. Okay, let's. So digital certificate voucher is $59. So this is all expensive. Digital assurance. Wait, what? Digital certificate. This is ridiculous. Like, they're gonna charge me. I'm gonna be able to charge 4 cents, $4 per signature. But if it's like a duplicate copy, then it's $1. Like, if they sign 3 times here, it'd be $12. Usually when I do notarize things, only 1 page. So if there needs to be a copy of the same exact thing, it's only $1. So like 1 signature and 1 copy would be $5. Cheaper would be $4. If you drive there, it's going to be the amount of miles. I think it was it IRS miles, 53 cents a mile or something. Like, it has to be a really low. Like, you can't really be like I don't even think you can charge it more than like $4 for the whole. So if it's like 50 cents a mile and you can only charge $4, you can only go 8 miles, and you're like, dude, I want to be here 24/7 to like drive an hour away. Like that's just lame, you know. I want to do it in person. Refunds are not available. So 1 year digital is $59. So I'm going to have to take a chance of what I did this winter, sorry. 2 years is 99. So that must mean 3 years is, what else did it say up here? Oh, it doesn't say anymore. 3 years is 139. And then if you have another system, you have to do that. And I don't even know. You are viewing resources for Maryland. Okay. So let's backspace and do electronic notary seal. So let's put that as number 2. This is so messy. I need like a big... I don't like big pads of paper, because then when you try to organize it, it's like like those big sticky notes. I like them, but then you're left with just a big sticky note. Although, if you put certain things on a big sticky note that are really important, like those big ones, and you have that on your shelf, then you're like, wait, I know I put it on yellow paper. Like, you can kind of like look for that yellow paper or whatever instead of white paper. There's a lot of papers in here, by the way. Your commission information or a state certificate. You know what I think we need? Letter to state saying doing electronic, I should say, electronic. Expedite shipping not available for this I just said that. So this is $15. Thank God. $15. Because I already paid. Or is it just a PNG? I had to upload it. Oh, this is the PNG, so make sure whoever you... But what about the... What about the log that they're supposed to sign? Okay, so let's go back space to the state of remote online notarization. I need it. There's 241 ads. So there's Maryland remote notary. There's a notification form. Okay, so I'm gonna look for this form. You can use Doc Verify to e-notarize. Did I already say that one? So these 3 are on that. Let's just say Doc Verify. Maryland e-notary. These are ads. Waiver of notarization of documents. Maryland accelerates Virginia already. Okay. So the point of this video, and the fact that this person, I don't believe, called, or it was some kind of, my phone could have recognized it as a spam call. And I saved the number too. I don't see anything missing phone call or anything, unless my signal went out. So I want to say this. I inquired about a job on the Eastern Shore for a doula, and it ended up being a live-in, and they wanted to experience postpartum doula. Now, this is the situation. I trained as a naturopath. I learned basic midwifery, childbirthing that every doctor had to learn in that school. And I did start shadowing at OHSU Hospital, and I did that for about 9 months. I also went to Salem Hospital, which is a very big birth center because it's like a lot of rural areas around it, and Portland has a lot of Portland has a ton of hospitals, which I forget. They divert sometimes because they feel there's like 13 rooms and 12 rooms or 14 rooms at hospitals, maternity, childbirthing rooms. And so I had also gone to Peace Health, but I didn't attend births. I attended births at the biggest hospital, or at OHSU, and then they found out that I was able to do births, so I started printing all the proof of births, prenatals, and postpartums, and the birth reports. So you need 4 different forms. The birth report is 3 pages, and then the rest is just a line and a signature with all the data about the patient. And you need to keep that safe until forever, like till you get your license for the state, which I don't have yet because I need 2 postpartums. So I went from the hospital to doing home births with Dr. Sarah, and I also did home births with another doctor, naturopathic midwife, and I did Amanda, and these were the main doctors for the home births, and I did with a certified midwife, I think, she's not a doctor, Angela. Actually, she posted that she just got a degree. Did they make it a master's? They just sent her like a retro. I guess they found this school closed down. I guess they found out that her degree was a different level. I don't remember what it was. So, but she was a midwife. You could do midwifery. You could do prenatal, postpartum, preconception. She was also a massage therapist. So, for me as a naturopath, if I had that license in Oregon right now, then I could help you conceive. I could do like artificial insemination at your house or in my clinic. Usually the patients would get the samples delivered to their house, and the midwife doctor's on call. And it sounds weird saying midwife doctor, which is like, I found it hard calling nurses doctors, nurse practitioners. It was weirding me out. But it's a doctoral level nurse's degree. It just weirds me out. Because when you're a naturopath doctor physician, you're literally a doctor physician. Only doctor in Maryland, and you're a midwife. Not like before, the people that I shadowed at in CNM, which turned to NUNM after I graduated, they were getting obstetrics degrees, and I don't know if the doctors in town said, we don't want these people lining them up, sauce up with what we do at the hospital. But at the same time, we are lined up with what you do at the hospital, except we're like completely remote, and we are not just coming to work on our shift and the room's set up, and the MAs and the cleaning people and the nurses are already got your patient stabilized and checked in and triage. Like, we have to come in the middle of the night or the middle of the day or middle of a meeting or middle of a class and rush to your house with all of our gear on us at all times, in order to do the healthiest thing that we can do. Anyways, so as a midwifery student, you need to train to do everything, like get the medicine for group B strep. IV comes in a powder, and you have to put it in an IV. The lactated ringers, and you have to know your person you shadow has all their gear. You'll get a trickle down of gauze and belly button clamps, and you'll have your own surgery equipment. I should have got my Sterilite. You will have your own surgery equipment. You'll have I mean, because you got that in medical school. So this is, you can't be the midwife until you get a doctoral degree. That's why it's confusing. So, and then it's like, I got the doctoral degree, did the midwifery graduate training, doctoral level training, and then I became a doula and got the doula certificate, which if I had done the homework really fast, you can literally get that in like 7 days. It took me like 2 years, but you could maybe a year. I did it right before the deadline, like literally was like emailing stuff, trying to get it, and read books and trying to order books on Amazon. Like, oh my god, like I tried to order, was it Motherwit or something on Amazon? And thank God that I used the same account, because like, you already own this book. So I went in the bookshop, like, oh, because they're like, it's not going to be here for like 6 days. Like, I needed it like I need it done in 4 days, and I need to write a book report. Anyways, I'm getting off track. And so you're a student, you come to the house, you get there first. So you're like, for me, I was already a doctor, or I was close to being a doctor. It doesn't matter because you're not the person in charge. Someone sent, we have those products. They have fun. In the cupboard. I'm gonna say cupboard. Let's say me and the midwife, the doctor midwife, or the other midwife, because they're basically doing the same job, they show up at the house at the same time. Or me and her show up at the house at the same time. You have your backpack on, you have your purse, maybe an iPad bag or laptop bag, and then you have got some food and water in the car, but you bring a little snack in just in case you don't have time to go to the car, and you have your medical bag also. So you go to the midwife's car and you pull out, they're going to have an emergency bag like the baby's about to come out right now. That bag has everything, including the bag and mask, the ventilator, and all the stuff that you need to give medicine so that people don't bleed, and all the gauze and the sterile gloves, like all the stuff that if you need to deliver baby in 30 seconds, that bag is needed. And then you have all the other bags, like the comfort stuff, the heating pad. I don't know. Some of that stuff's in there. I think that bag is huge. At least the doctor, and she had made a list of stuff. I don't know. She had made a list. Oh, stuff to put on a tray. So you had like she'd bring a big tray, and you'd put a heating pad, warm the blankets, warm the baby hat or two. Sometimes, because you had water birth, sometimes you're still going to put the hat on. If it gets wet, you have everything all warmed. If you have towels, they go in the dryer. Anyways, so basically you come into the house. You've already come into the house and regulate if you wanted to set up a pool, a birthing pool, or all that. So let's say that it's a chill birth, but they're having contractions regularly. So you're going to bring all the hoses and stuff in. You're going to bring all the equipment in, shut the car door. So you don't have to, the neighbors will see you going in and out, ask questions, or be woke up, or call the cops thinking someone's getting robbed. You set up a birthing tub. Of course, you're going to talk to the family, how's it going, this and that. We're going to take your vitals right away. We're going to check the baby's heart rate right away. We're going to greet the goldfish and the 3-year-old and the puppy and the husband and the grandma that's out in the bushes and everybody else that's in or kicked out of the house. The grandpa was in the shed with a pizza. Like, they had, if we been there, done that, we've done it. I haven't gone to an island. I haven't got flown into a berth on an airplane or a helicopter, and that I have heard about, or a really rough road, or a yurt. Those are like the top five things that I have yet to discover. It makes my heart bleed. It makes me want to do this so bad. You come in, you wash your hands. If you have to use the bathroom, especially if they have one bathroom, or if you don't have to use the bathroom, wash your hands again. Your shoes are by the door. If you're cold like me, you bring a sweater because mama's going to be hot. You do the vitals, you check in with him, you get their chart notes all out, put that here. You start blowing up the tub, like me, like I would do that. I would do the tray right where the birth is going to be. So you might have a couch and a chair, and then the tub is going to take up the rest of the room. There might be toys, there might be a TV room, might be a bedroom. You have a tray with all the other emergency stuff that you pull out, where you hide the bag and mask and the heating pad and all that. The birth kit you would have found at the home visit. You got a home visit at week 36 or 38. 37 or 38, usually. It might be 36. As early as 36, so that you can do Group B strep swab on that visit. And I'm going to be double booked on my webinars today. You have that, and you have a look around the plumbing. We have to put hoses in to put water in the tub. How big is your water heater? Can you turn up your water heater, because we're going to run out of water? If the water comes out super hot, you add cold water to it. If the water comes out cold, or something happens where we have to bail water, which you had to, if they're in a long time, you have to take big pans from their kitchen and bail water and then put hot water back in. So you need to know where their pots and pans are. If they bring you food, what's in the refrigerator, where's the washer and dryer. You want to know all that before the baby's born. And mom's going to be a shiny, happy person holding hands, right? And so you're happy, you're in the house, you're barefoot, you're wearing yoga pants or some old pants that don't have stains on them, and a cute shirt, cute top that you don't mind getting blood all over, but you don't want something raggedy and holy, or you're just wearing your straight up pajamas, which aren't typically like flannel pajamas, but like same thing, a tank top and a freaking pair of stretch pants or something like that. They don't want you wearing scrubs and a gown and a white coat at the house. You're kind of blending in with the family. So they're going to rest, they're going to breathe through. They're going to wait for grandma to come get the child or and the dog maybe, or just go get the goldfish. Whatever's disturbing. You don't want the goldfish to see them birthing in a tub and be like, is that going to happen to me? I'm in the water. Like whatever. Like everyone has got their own personal. They got their own meds. They got their own substance. They got their wine or not wine. They got their Gatorade or the health food brand. So you come back. The tub is filling, you don't want it to overflow, you keep an eye on that. You check the water, you do take the temperature of the water, you keep doing the heart rate as often, like every, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on where you already are with the child's heart rate. Blood pressure, very important, if they have eclampsia or preeclampsia. You would have seen them once a week, so you would have already done a UA, but you can do a UA if you need to. If you feel like there's something fishy, like you need to check proteins or blood glucose or something like that, but typically you've already had done it in the last couple days. We have the Doppler ultrasound, which is the sound only, not the visual. That is like your best friend. You don't want to drop that in the water, and it has a stretchy cord. So while you're taking a temperature or doing a Doppler, while they're in the tub, it's like you don't want it to fling and then end up in the water, because the cord, it gets taut, like you have to stretch it out, and it's crazy because you're leaning. If you wear long sleeves like me, you got to change a sweater, because you're going to be rolling up your sleeve and it's going to come unrolled. And like even if you have a t-shirt, you always have to roll Dr. Sarah's sleeves up so that she can lean in the tub, and you have to check the cervix. So sometimes the doctor is doing that, or sometimes I'm doing that and they're doing the tub. Sometimes the doctor left a class or something, so they have to sit on the couch quietly and play with their phone. That's very common, that you got to like literally play with your phone in your iPad or your MacBook Air, you know what I mean? Like, so hopefully it's something tiny. I'd try to bring my computer and my books. I didn't have time for it to use it really. I did bring some crafts. I did this craft thing. I'll talk about that later, but the things end up being super sharp. I'm like, that was stupid. I was like, that was wonderful that I made myself do this craft, and then I can't wear the necklace because it was like sharp glass beads, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll turn it into something I can hang under my lampshade. So you're talking to everyone, you're helping soothe them. If you're there alone as a student, they're like, the husband's, is everything okay? Oh my God, was the heart rate? I was like, oh yeah, we're just waiting for Sarah. And like in my mind, she's at a place, she's leaving as soon as possible. Her assistant is sick. Oh my God, she's trying to find another assistant. She's texting me, okay, I'm at this event, I'm trying to find another assistant, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, yeah, she's on her way. Like, she's just cleaning up. She has to finish something and then drive across town, but it'll be, like, within 40 minutes. It's like, or you'll go over there by yourself, and especially if you're already a doctor, and do the, while you're on the phone with the person in charge. Since I was a doctor, not a midwife, if you have to do check their blood pressure or their urine, you could do that as an assistant under your doctor's license or under assistant as that person, but you're not going to be just like delivering the baby while the doctor's at home on the couch. If the doctor's sick or stuck in traffic, then another person will already had been scheduled to come will come, and if those two people don't come, there's going to be someone else, not just me. But because I know how to do it, it becomes kind of like a first aid CPR thing. If that baby did come out, I would know what to do, and you just have to do like what a bystander would do, but you're not doing that on purpose, and you don't want to be in that situation, and you will call and text anyone who's a midwife that can be at the house in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like that's just have a list of numbers and have a list of places to transport, especially naturopath friendly doctors in hospitals in case the baby is stuck. Sometimes the birth canal just isn't, it's just like a heart shape, like no head or shoulder is going to fit through there unless something breaks, and you don't want to break the skull, the shoulders, or your pelvis. So basically, to go through the medical stuff, what you see in a hospital room, they have the beds, they have the gowns, they have all these beeping machines and all that stuff. So instead, you have all that, but you have it quiet. You're using a stethoscope, and you're not using a beeping machine that's going to do ding, ding, ding. Like, you don't have a bed that goes up and down unless they have a sleep number bed or whatever those are called. Like you set that up. And so what I think overlaps between a doula and a naturopathic midwife is that you're with them as soon as they want you to come over, or you think they're breathing weird. Sometimes they're like, I don't want to bother anyone. It's like, you hired us to bother you and to be there for you. So you're basically fulfilling a role like a doula. You're saying, oh, great job. It's so nice to be here. I'm so excited. We're going to get through this. Let me get you some recharge. Let me get you, do you think you could eat right now to get a little, and it's morning, did you eat breakfast? Can I get you some fruit? And you go and you feed them, and you make them sandwiches. And if the partner is there and the kids, they can all cuddle in the bed and breathe, and we all be quiet and let them be in this primal state of pain. Primal state of pain. And so basically, the overlap between the naturopathic midwife, midwifery student, and a doula is you're still cheerleading them. You're still feeding them. You're still rubbing their back. You're still massaging their shoulders. You're still saying, oh, you made a playlist on your iPad. I'm going to set, like you told us, you gave us a list of stuff you wanted. And the partner is putting the crying baby to sleep, to bed or something. So they showed you already where the speaker is and where the iPad is, and go so far as tell you what the password for the phone is, and you set up that ambient music or whatever, jazz or whatever they want. If they like Netflix and they want to watch a movie because they want to be distracted or it's taking too long, you set all that up. If they wanted candles, they would have written that in there. If what's irritating to them is me sitting on my phone like this during the birth, and about, like, you don't want to do that anyway, but you, like me, might have an urgent thing with your kids. So you go outside and do that. Is smacking your lips and chewing gum irritating to them? It's the smell. Sometimes they don't like the smell of bananas, and it's like, I'm a banana eater, so it's like, don't do it. We'll bring toothbrush and toothpaste because you'll be breathing on them, doing vitals, talking to them, coaching them, cheering them on. And then you'll do the birth. So instead of being like the doctor I shadowed where you're in another room, it's like the birth's about to happen when your residents and nurses are in there with the head is crowning. It's like you're there the whole time. If you have to use the bathroom or something, that's the only time you're gone. Or if you have to go dump water, or if you really had to take an urgent phone call outside in your car so you're not bothering anybody. Or if somebody sends you outside to get tomatoes off a vine in their garden. Usually that happens afterwards. And then the birth happens, and then you're like a doctor. You are a doctor again. You're still comforting them, but you have to take vitals, you have to do blood pressure, make sure they're not bleeding, check the uterus size, all of that stuff, check the placenta. You got to check everything just like they do in the hospital, but you have to do it in their house, in their sink, in their bathroom, and carry this stuff around and put it in Ziploc bags. You have all that stuff ready. And then you're going to go so far as to, again, get them drinks. If there's blood on the sheets, somebody walks, which usually there are, like the midwife, there'll be 3 of us if there's a student. 2 people will help the mother get to the bathroom so she can go pee, which is scared because there might be tearing. And that's when, if I'm the student and I'm in the bedroom, I hurry up and change the sheets and pillowcase and puff up the pillows. So it's basically like you're like, I would say like a slave, but if I was white, I would be like a in-home caretaker, like a maid, like a servant. Like you basically like a servant. Like, yes, ma'am, like, what do you want to drink? I'm making your bed. If they have comfortable pajamas they wanted to wear and cozy foot slippers, you help the woman get that on. They pick out first outfit. You take pictures. So it's like kind of a lot of stuff that the doula would do, except not the hands-on. So I would always say I'm so intertwined with the training in and out of hospital. If we were with a midwife and we had to transport to the hospital, we stay there the whole time. We cheer them on. We don't leave the room. We might go out and get food once. We cheer them on. If they're doing a C-section, we wait for the surgery, or we have to come back if they kick us out, which sometimes they're just like, get the heck out of here, you naturopaths. But there's recovery room and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So we try to still do what we can for the husbands and the mothers and the people that are peeping that aren't supposed to, like toxic relatives or try to sneak in. So the husband might, like, same thing to their midwife or student midwife, they might get lightheaded at the sight of blood, and you're going to need to help them. They'll, several times, if they have the guts, they'll ask you to do their blood pressure and their temperature and their vitals. Because they'll be like, I haven't had mine done in a while. Like, she gets hers done every week. I'll be like, do you mind? I'll say, oh, I don't mind. And it's good because you have a different arm instead of just like a 28 to 40-year-old woman's arm. You have a different arm type and different things that you have, your equipment, and you keep your hands on. So that's the difference. If I were to say that I had doula experience, I would say that I had done a whole bunch of births, and I have the experience of feeding and helping with the kids and helping with the dog and taking care of the baby and swaddling the baby and helping with breastfeeding. And the other parts would be doing we don't usually do episiotomy, anything that's surgical, sutures, IVs, catching the baby. That's basically like 3 things: medications, surgery stuff, and catching the baby. And then doing the charted legal Doppler heart rate and the vitals, all that stuff would be in a legal piece of paper. If a doula takes that, it's for like educational purposes. It's not going to be for like, oh, insurance company doesn't believe that this birth should have happened at home, we're not going to pay for it. Oh, everything was good, the blood pressure was good, everything was there was no high risk at the time of the birth. And something low risk could turn into high risk, and something high risk could turn into low risk, which is kind of weird. If you have high risk, one thing gets kind of weird, you're already going to hospital. Like, and you'll do that too as a doula if you're going to do and even so it's kind of overlap, especially as a midwifery student, because the midwives will be like this, I want to catch my client's baby, like I want to be like, have you ever caught a baby? Actually no, because you're always like that, I want to catch the baby, I want to weigh the baby, like they're like, oh wait, my student actually has to learn how to do this once in a while. But you'll be there with the family, you'll be on the phone, you'll comfort them, you'll rub their back, you'll pour warm water on their back, you'll give them medications, you'll give them herbs, homeopathy. Like if they need something and they're not delivering, you'll give them certain tinctures. If there's something going on with some severe pain or something weird, that not like emergency weird, you'll try to help them to find the remedy, help the other practitioners there to figure out what remedy it is off the top of your head. You don't have all your paperwork that takes a week to do for homeopathy. You got to think about what you learn and what's stuck to your head, and go just go through 200 remedies in your head and try to think about which the top 3 and come to a conclusion. So basically that would also be part of the doctor side. So the doula side would be like essential oils for soothing, massage, belly binding, placenta encapsulation, and all that stuff. And so what does that make it then? It makes it that you're over freaking qualified to be a doula. But because you did home births, not like birth center births, and not like hospital births, like when you do a home birth and you get in the bed with everybody to take a picture, then that's the picture that gets shared, and you're so happy, and everyone's so happy, and you've been out for 24 hours, and you're like, that's amazing. You're a part of that person's life and their family. And that kid is going to go to kindergarten and not remember you at all. But they might. I noticed when I talked before at prenatal visits that baby remembered me. And that's the other thing about the doula is, what is your birth plan? What type of birth do you want to have? What is a episiotomy? What does it mean to have emergency C-section? What does it mean to have epidural? Like, would that increase the risk? Well, they say no, but it often makes your temperature go up. If your temperature goes up because of the medications, they might say that you have an infection, even though it tests for infection, but they're not going to let you have your placenta to do placenta encapsulation. So you have to weigh the pros and the cons. And as a doula, you explain that. You explain a lot of things. And so I feel like it's like me being a doctor and trying to get the job as a caregiver. Me being a doctor and trying to get a job as a biller. It's like, that is, say there's a sandwich of 10 things, and that's one piece of the sandwich that I have to do on my own, and I have to train and bill for and take classes and get credits for doing that, you know? And it's like, people don't understand. They're like, wait, we have billers that are qualified billers that went to billing school and they get our stuff paid. Like, if this person's a doctor and they do billing, they must suck because they need a job where they're making $70 plus an hour, and now they're trying to make $12 an hour. Like, they just sound shady. So it's the same thing. It's like when you're overdoing, it's like you can't take out, like, I'm talking for over an hour. It's hard to take out little minuscule things like So in my book over here, I was going to show it. I have the yellow book, which is, it's basically kind of like a chiropractor's book, I believe, but it has all kinds of notes, and I'll get it out because I gotta get up. I'm on a roll with this tangent thing and it's bothering me. I gotta check the mail too, and I have my doula book, so I'm going to go through that. I don't know if I should contact this lady. I was like, oh yeah, like, I've only had some of the doula births, postpartums for my doula training, which is like 5 births, so they're probably like, oh, she's not experienced. So I have this book, Physical Assessment. This is a good book. This is gold because I'm not in school and I don't have my notes. I threw a lot of stuff away, even if I didn't. It's not on the computer. This is my ITCT. This is out of date. It is not out. It is a relic. It is epic. This company has dissolved into something that I don't even know. Miss Shafia, who started this company years ago, she is the person that's got her own company. Ooh, there's a bunch of paper clips. So this has a whole bunch of stuff in it. In calendula. Oh, I'm gonna fall in love with like natural medicine. So here's what I'm gonna tell you guys, and this is a super long video. So basically, I talked about business and stuff. it's really hard for me to get a job or get leads because people don't know what I do because I freaking do too much. I'm sitting here going from talking about being in recovery. My partner's like, oh, there's recovery center commercials on TV. You'd be really good at that. I'm like, I don't have the right credentials to work in a facility like that. I'm not going to not apply for jobs like that. But they want a clinical social worker that has a certificate in recovery and addictions. Recovery and addictions counselor. MSW or whatever. Master social work or whatever. And I'm not a counselor. There is a peer support job that I'll look at, actually, that they keep sending an email for. But it's like, I need to be a director of a place like that. I need to be somebody who owns my own place like that. So what do you do when you have all these skills and you can't get a job and you can't find anyone else to work with? And if you want a facility, you at least need like a little storefront type clinic where people come in, sit in a ready room, have a reception area. Even if the reception is not there, when your doctor comes out and there's a nice tall table and they talk to you, it's better than just like not having anything. Like even my little office in Portland is something where I could sit in right now and do work. I don't really like it because there's no windows. My daughter told me to put this big picture of the open air there, like a forest or something. I can't remember. But what would you do if you were me? Now, the stay-at-home orders lifting in Maryland, basically it's retail stores, clothing stores, barbershops, and hair salons. Okay? So no massage. They put massage and nail salon at the same place. I consider massage like complete like I'm going to ask my acupuncturist I'm going to ask for acupuncture treatment, actually. Anyways, I feel like I didn't want this job because it's overnight for who knows how long. But I didn't say no, and I contacted him saying I'm interested in it. And if I told someone I was a naturopath training to be a midwife and that I was also a doula, they're going to be like, sham. But at the same time, if I have my business and I tell my clients that I'm a doctor and I might get called to a birth because I'm also a doula, and if I tell the doula clients that I might be with you if I want to do some care and you and your baby are sleeping them at your house, I might have to check in with my clinic or my kids or like it's not like I expect that I'm going to sit in the house or in an office 8 to 9 hours a day and work and have everything to you. Once in a while, if the school might call and say, come get your sick kid, they're sick. I understand that's a once in a while, but if you're like juggling, and that's what the naturopath doctor midwives say, that they will need to let the patients know before they even have their first visit at a consult or a telephone that I am on call for births. When you have a job, like the Pizza Hut job, the boss is like, oh, they're fine. If just tell us what time and what day the birth's going to be, and we'll find someone to cover you. I'm like, I might close that Wednesday at 12, and they might call me at 12:01, and we have 3 hours worth of closing activities to do. Who am I supposed to call at midnight to say, I have to be at this birth in 15 minutes? And they're like, oh, yeah, just tell us the time of day. It's like, do you not realize, like I was trying to get people to cover me and stuff, and I was like, actually, I did that. I was going to go to one birth that was 3 hours away. So I'm willing to go 3 hours away. I'm willing to work. I don't know if I'm willing to live in with somebody. Like, I have a fairly new relationship and I have my business. I think that to be fair with my health, my age, I said when I was a teenager, like a 20-year-old, 19-year-old in college, and I had summer breaks, and being a live-in doula or a nanny would be so awesome, I think. Like you don't have like a boyfriend, or husband and kids and pets. It's like you're your own person. Or if you have a boyfriend, it's like you don't hardly see. You know what I mean? It's like maybe it wouldn't, but maybe I'm being selfish, and that's where I'm gonna end. I didn't say no to the job. There was another one that was like 3 nights on, 2 nights off, or something in Delaware. I tried to get that job too. That job did not call me back. They wanted to do an interview or something on a Saturday. They didn't ever email me or call me. I don't even know if they had my number, really. They had my email or through a company, And I was getting ready to get in the car and drive to Delaware. And it's far because there's a bridge that you have to go over, and it's like you either have to go this way or this way, not straight there. And I was like, I might have to get a hotel to stay there. We only have one car. You might have to drop me off at this town. Oh my God, like, and then both of us trying to use a car at the same time. And there's public transportation, but it's very limited, and it's only, you have to get to downtown to ride the public transportation. Like, I can't stand out on this road unless I'm a disabled or elderly. I can't have it like come to my house or my neighborhood. I would have to go 3 miles to town, which would mean I'd have to pay, what is that, $12 to $15 for an Uber to get to the bus stop, and then pay another $3 one way, and then get on that bus. Don't miss it because there's not another one for 2 more hours, and then take that bus to a different neighborhood or county or city. I'm willing to do that. I was trying to memorize the bus routes and stuff. I can't figure it out for the life of me, but it does say when you actually have a job that they will help you get to work. And I'm going to actually call, because what if you have to be in a neighborhood somewhere? I swear you have to get Uber. So that's the issue with me right now. All of my jobs, I'm going to get off here, and I'm saying, what would you do if you are older, you're not single, and you have another business? And what would you do about living if you really love your boyfriend and you like neediness for my refuge recovery book? Neediness and clinginess was kind of like and it makes me feel bad, but it's like, what if you're still like developing your trust with each other and loving each other? Like, to go tell a client that you want to move, and you're helping your partner to who needs help with meds and appointments and stuff, like they need help with, like, you're doing stuff with this family that's on a regular schedule. Like, I don't feel that before I moved out here, I was told that things he wanted help with, including his own children, and I just feel like bailing from that I'm like, and I'm not trying to say I'm turning down the money, because I did not tell them no. I still want to contact this person. Like, do you not understand? Like, I went to a whole heck of a lot of births, but it was in the context of a student, but we still did the doula stuff. And I'm about to go through this book and see a simple way to say, these are the top 5 things I did as a postpartum doula. That's all I can say. But I think the cocky thing, my boyfriend makes it sound better. When you're overqualified and they're offering a small amount of money, you ask for more money. And you say, if you give me what I asked for, then I will work the job. Like, but be careful, because they might actually give it to you. And here comes the lover now. And I will discuss with him a little bit about, we already discussed it. I miss him, thinking about leaving him. The Delaware thing, when he didn't have a job and I didn't have a job, and I was like, we're going to have to go out there together, and he's going to have to stay in a cheap hotel. Like, then the COVID happened, and the hotels closed down. Like, it's crazy. And then the car, we're trying to find a second car for me or fix up his truck. And my car, I was supposed to fly out, but I didn't because of COVID, and I was supposed to either tow my car back with a U-Haul or drive it back. Towing it with a U-Haul probably would have been better. So it's really hard. I love him.